Hello and welcome to episode number 2. Who should you choose? WarpSpeed edition. Honestly, Adam Fantilli was one that I really was striving to go for. But then I realized I didn't need a center. I didn't need a left-handed winger. I needed a right-handed winger slash center. So you'll see who I went with. Obviously, it's going to be in this video. Adam Fantilli, honest thoughts. Very usable. Very usable as a winger or a third or fourth line center. If you want him to be in your top 6, he has to be a winger. If you want him in your bottom 6, you need him for a depth forward, a good center is a good option. He's got very good, skating, obviously, given the event. Shooting, very solid. Hands, very solid. Checking, very good. Opposed from maybe body checking. But at 6'2", 194, you don't really expect him to be the one to hit. You expect him to move the puck and kind of be that unstoppable force you need as a winger or a centerman. Like I said, top 6 if he's a winger, bottom 6 if he's a center. Honest thoughts on Martin Necas. This is one that I have. He's been very solid. He's been very solid for me every year that I've gotten him. I've gotten him every year since he came into the league. Eventually, near the end of the year, I have a Necas, McKinnon, Lehkonen line, usually is what I have. But this year, I think I'm going to go different. I think I'm going to go with a Canadiens final line with whatever the best cards are at the time. Anyways, this card, honest thoughts after 30 or so games with him, he's very good offensively. I have him as my first line center. I know, mistake. He's got 91 faceoffs, but realistically, he deserves to be in that top 6, whether it's a winger, mainly a winger. I use him as a center because I've got Garland on that right side on line 1, the fantasy, the 96, and I don't really want to put him down to the second line or even, God forbid, bottom 3. But we'll move on to Dan Boyle, right-handed defenseman. I totally forgot that he existed. I will be exactly honest. Completely and utterly forgot that this man existed. Mainly because it didn't really fit my team at the time. But now, knowing my mistake, he definitely fits my team, and I wish I got him. But you'll see who I did end up going for. Very solid card overall. I mean, his shooting's perfect. His hands are perfect. Checking is really good. 5'11", 190. Is a little bit smaller of a defenseman. More like a second or third line defensive player. Maybe first if you don't have anybody like Makar or, in my case, the 98 Megan Keller Team of the Year. His defense very solid. Brandon Montour, he's good. I've used him in several other years. Last year even, the year before that. I've been using him since NHL 20, I believe. So going on 5 years. Solid defenseman. Very solid. But for the role I needed, he didn't fit it. And because of what he did against my Canadiens, 4 seconds, come on, Marty. Like, where'd the defensive team go? Like, Matheson was on the ice, but again, none of that. Obviously, skating's good, shooting's very good, hands are very good, checking's very good. Defensively, he's very solid, strong forward, offensive-minded kind of player. He's a two-way, but I use him as a defenseman. Like a D-man, like a defensive D-man. I don't recommend him in this event. Wait till another event. He gets a better card usually near the end of the year. He's in Seattle, so it's going to be a little harder, but he'll get a better card eventually. And the man, the myth, the legend, Owen Tippett, Philadelphia Flyers. I have him. This is the second card that I got this promo. After 4 or so games with him, I'm noticing his shooting, noticing his hands. I'm noticing his checking is a very weak checking, but it's still worth. He's 6'1", 210, pretty big. Not big in size, but big in weight. And he very easily goes through defenders. I mean, obviously, with these abilities, everybody has them because it's the same event. His hands are good, checking good. Defense is very solid, surprisingly. His shooting is also very strong. Other than that, I mean, Bill Guerin, another winger that I was going to think about going for, but I do have a rule. Like I said in the previous episode, only 2 players per event at maximum. Sometimes I make a decision that I regret, and then I get that player and put that player that I get into the set to get the other player. That's a rule that I have where it's like, if I have to get another player on the event, I have to put the previously acquired player into that acquisition. Sorry. Other than that, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. And come on, Habs. We got to win this game. It is the Panthers. It's the Stanley Cup champions. So if the game does get bad, you'll start to see me more and more throughout the night. That's a little foreshadowing. Hopefully not. But hey, have a good one. Bye.